Hello, hello. It is I, Shawnee, and we're here for another race for Azure Dreams and the Second Tower tournament, or sorry, Riders of the Sky tournament. This is a tournament where our runners were a little bit too good in previous tournaments, so we decided to unlock the second tower. I'll be joined shortly by Chai, and I'll just give a brief rundown of what's going on here. First of all, this is a randomized, procedurally generated roguelike game for the PlayStation 1. This is a very punishing game to begin with. The second tower, we'll get into the differences when we get there. So, this is a fixed seed tower due to our wonderful programmer, pro_grammar. We are able to do a fixed seed tournament. Chai's here now.
Hello.
So, normally it's extremely random, but now we actually get to have the same tower on both sides, which a couple years ago we thought was nigh impossible. But because of that, I think it's like the first 48 entries are the same, and then after that it starts to get randomized again. So it's more than enough for a tournament setting in 3 hours. And the whole goal of this is to get to the highest floor on the second tower. So you have 3 hours for the allowance for one entry, or not one entry, one attempt. Until the 2 hour mark, re-entries are allowed, and leaving is perfectly fine. After the 2 hour mark, if you leave or die, that's the end of your attempt. And if the opponent has a higher floor count than you, we call it a winner. And if they do not, we'll wait to see if they can get past that highest floor before the end of the 3 hour time limit. And we are going to tell off Queenie. Yes, Chai. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I'm here. I wanted to add one thing because you mentioned that, the goal of this whole game is, or the match is, to reach to floor 99. And I think many of us didn't think it's gonna be possible. It was more like, we gotta set some kind of goal, especially that, once you reach floor 99, the floors are just gonna repeat itself. You cannot get higher unless you do a small trick. I don't want to get too much into it, but point is, we thought that probably nobody will be able to reach floor 99, and boy, we were proved wrong.
Yeah, of all the speedrunning communities I'm part of, this is the one that surprises me the most, just because this is, I said it last stream when I was commenting with Deme yesterday, this is a knowledge-based speedrun. You can be slow, but if you know what's happening, know the quirks and the stuff like that, you can do a very, very good run in this game. The second tower is not normal, and it should not be deemed. Okay, we said on Reven's side he had to shove the bell wrong. I think he put down the wood shield instead of throwing it. Ooh, alchemic scroll. That's useless. Oh, so because of that one movement, the RNG is now different, guaranteed, for the bell wrong seed. We're gonna have different items because of that one little shove. Familiar bell, not that bad. Troll sword, definitely bad. You can't use that. Yep, okay, fair enough. Doing a second round on LadyDeme side.
Nice strategy. Actually, I don't think that anybody has ever used it, and I don't understand why.
I want to say one other person has, but the thing is, since they're... Okay, that's useful. I would honestly throw the familiar bell away right now. Yeah.
I would go with medicinal herb because we'll get another one soon.
That's true. If you manage to beat Ghost here on Reven's side.
I think LadyDeme should have kept that steel sword. That would have been definitely useful thing for the floors to come.
Yeah, the extra damage. That no, this guarantees you a win based off Azure Dreams memes.
I think now it's gonna be quite hard for her to win against Ghosh because that additional power that we get from the copper sword usually allows us to beat Ghosh. Ghosh has 16 HP. Yeah, she wants to fight him.
Yeah,
and
then...
unfortunately he hits you for 13, so you cannot take more than 2 hits. Second hit, quote unquote, kills you.
You can technically... it is a very strange thing. You can technically get the damage you need by using Brit and punching and getting a high damage roll, but it's not ideal. Oh, that's misinput.
That is the Deme's idea. Okay, so she wanted to use 2 breeds.
No, that's you know, she's holding on to 2 water crystals. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, and she gets wind crystal. Both of our runners get wind crystal from Gauche, which is definitely a nice addition. Wind crystals are not so common in the second tower, and
no, really.
because this tournament allows re-entries, having the possibility to take all of your items home and try again, why not? You've got 3 hours.
Yeah, exactly. And now here's the real fun thing about this. We see Reven renaming all the items. This is the joy of the second tower, is everything is obfuscated. I can't pronounce that word for life of me. But everything is basically turned to hearts, and you have to remember what you brought in. And when you find random items, they are hidden, and the only way to identify them is to use them in code. Or to rename spell balls if you recognize the graphics. And this is where more knowledge comes in, because normally in the original tower, you find a fireball, it says fireball. That's great. Here, no. But when you rename stuff, if you find something of the same kind, even if it's not identified yet, you'll get the renamed item. So you can keep track that way, and this is they all should have a tracker as well on their side when it comes to like based on how many hearts things are, you can keep track of certain items that way.
I know that Reven at least uses the tracker. I'm not sure about LadyDeme. And yeah, like Shoni mentioned, there is this kind of like knowledge that community has about like which items can have like what name, because the names are actually fixed in terms of number of hearts. So we know that, for example, I don't know, 5 hearts glasses, they will be truth glasses always, no matter what. So we don't have to quote unquote identify them because we already know that. But some runners also use other knowledge to maybe guesstimate what the item can be, even though it's from the pool of the items, because of course items don't have like same probability of showing up. So you can also like try to make educated guesses whenever needed. LadyDeme is having a little bit tough time. She already got her second level, which is probably the most important level in this whole game. It gives you the highest amount of HP and something that like allows you probably to survive many situations. But unfortunately for her, she meets with a Naplas. Naplas on floor 3 is definitely not something that we want to see. They're quite powerful, but more scary than anything else is the amount of HP that they have. So it's kind of hard to really kill them. Like LadyDeme is trying now to use another breed attack by killing Cuny, because the Cuny doesn't have that much MP, but that Naplas probably has like 30 HP at least, if not 40. So it's gonna take a while to kill it. I don't know what happened to Shoni. I cannot hear him right now. Hopefully.
I muted myself because I am an idiot.
Oh. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say I lowered I was clicking mouses and stuff like that, so the volume should be slightly lower on LadyDeme's side. So I saw a comment about that.
I already like tried to decrease it earlier, so I think it should be fine now.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll keep track of what chat says. But yeah, so basically.
There you go. LadyDeme used a fireball and it still didn't kill that Naplas. That's how much HP they have.
But, so Queen's gonna walk right in. Oh, okay.
That's okay. Cuny tries to walk behind Ko, so that's fine. Finally, the Naplas is dead. That's how much HP they have. Let me check what is the possibility for them to what kind of HP they can have on these floors, because it's floor 3.
It is disturbingly high for the amount of HP.
48 if it's level 3, and 54 if it's level 4. Because how the game works in quote-unquote normal tower or vanilla tower, we know what level of enemies are on which floor. Yeah. In second tower, there is generation. Every floor, we get 2 monsters from the previous floor and 2 new monsters. And the monsters that are generated with the level of the floor or +1. So that Naplas here, we know that it showed up in the pool on floor 3. So it's either level 3 or level 4. We don't know what it is. We can, again, sort of guesstimate if you have like enough knowledge about the game, like by knowing how much HP they give or how much HP they have. Oh, unfortunately for LadyDeme, she hits warp trap and she's separated
Oh,
from her CUNY, and she sees the elevator, but I don't know whether like setting AI 1 is now the greatest idea, because she did see,
2. There
yeah,
you
there
go.
you go, yeah, she did see that like that CUNY was close to Naplas's. Luckily, she's able to get to the elevator before the CUNY dies, so that's good. Now Reven is in a tough situation. He's on floor 4. Between 2 Naplases and golems. Definitely not a fun start for any of our runners. I think this is a situation where Reven will probably need that wind crystal.
Yeah, this doesn't look like a very good situation. You could...
He's trying, I guess, but like...
It's not even attacking, it's just better to stay into a fireball.
So it's like attack and run away. I can get behind that idea. But now you've got 2 Naplases on your side. So you have to be very careful to not do any missteps.
Yeah.
Okay, there is an elevator, so that's gonna save him. LadyDeme like handled that situation much better. She found an elevator, but she decided not to use it, so she's gonna explore the floor. Yeah, Reven will be fine.
Okay, that's a nice touch. Yeah, you gotta be really careful when it comes to the golems. Also, we see on Reven's side using Queenie as a distraction for the Naplas.
And Reven gets to floor 5.
Yeah.
This is the elevator on the spin. The idea, like usually early on, is to more or less explore the floors, because you do need more resources. The thing is that like unless there are like certain setup that you may or may not get from the game, you will probably not be able to fight many things. And even if you have this like quote-unquote great setup, there will be still fights or situations where you will need something more than just your raw power to survive. So you do need the resources, and exploring early floors where the monsters probably may be a little bit weaker, although this tower doesn't really show that, is usually the idea between our runners. Reven had to like quite quickly leave floor 4, so he doesn't know what are the items. Maybe there's something great, maybe not. But now it seems that like this paid off for Reven, because it's a good situation, while LadyDeme is in a little bit tough spot. And yeah, there you go, she's considering wind crystal, and yep, she will try again.
Perfectly valid to do, because again, until the 2-hour mark, it's only 11 minutes into the race. We know the items now, we can see them. They'll be changed when they go back in the tower. But she now gets to explore floor 1 fully as of the normal tower. So there's a lot of potential useful items there. If you get rid of the limit fruit and probably the leather shield and taking the 2 waters and have Queenie, like you can probably get a very good amount of items before going into the second tower again and having a good amount of MP regeneration, because there's no reason to keep the limit fruit at all.
Yeah. So one thing that like I don't know whether you mentioned it, but if our players die, they lose all of the items. They cannot like they don't get anything back. And if you want to re-enter, you can only take up to 5 items. You cannot like fill your inventory with amazing items and just try again. The tower blocks you, so you know there is this kind of like roguelike experience here that yeah, you pretty much always try to get to the top starting from scratch. And Ko will be also level 1. He doesn't retain his level. The only thing that retains levels experience is familiar. So LadyDeme's CUNY will be level what was it, 3 or 4 before she winded out?
I want to say 3.
Yeah,
it'll show very quickly here. Oh, it's a small thing. If you chuck Queenie into the water pool on the bottom left there in the room, he'll teleport to a random tile on the floor. It's a dumb mechanic for some reason, but for whatever reason, it flushes them to a random place. You can just make them explore.
Oh, I presume we don't have Reven's audio for some reason. It's completely silent. So we're gonna.
I didn't usually try that just a little while ago. So
yeah, so we're gonna just keep LadyDeme's audio. Normally, like we mark with the audio in the leader current leader.
Although some genius, non-sarcastically, made it so the state tracker can track what tower entry they're on and their max floor. So thankfully, we don't have to do just audio tracking anymore. So, you know, that helps all the commentators out greatly.
Oh yeah, definitely state display is useful for the commentary. I love this tool, I gotta say.
Yeah,
And like you said, it must have been a genius who created it.
Let's not go that far. No, like Chai did put a lot of work into this. It was really nice. Again, the layout was made by Sustaina. The de-randomizing randomizer was pioneered by pro_grammar. Like, it's a community effort to get here. And I'm gonna check quickly. How many community members do we have in the Zero Dreams community?
More than one would think.
Yeah, like, it's for whatever reason, we got extremely... where is server settings? Here we go. Not roles. We have 29 different roles. There we go, members. Ah! We are at 699.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
69 and 9.
Yeah. So if someone wants to be the 700th member of our Discord, let's not invite you to the spoiler channel. That's just redundant. There we go. If someone wants to invite or be the 700th member of our wonderful little Discord and learn this game, we can. Let me just get the Discord link up here. Yes, thank you, chat rules.
Reven is now in a little bit of a tough situation. He's going to survive with 1 HP. Normally, Griffins are not that much of a problem, even like being fire. The problem is that like Reven doesn't really have a good weapon to attack. Normally when our runners attack, they use mixture magic of the familiar. And
it's his favorite creature.
Yeah, and the power of that mixture magic depends on two things, or like the boost of the power depends on two things. One is your weapon. If you're keeping a sword, you normally don't get any bonus. When you have a wand, you do get a bonus. And second thing that it depends on is like the element of your weapon. If the weapon element matches your mixture magic element, then you get another bonus. If it doesn't, then you don't get the bonus. Yeah. Reven keeps the sword that has no element, so basically he has no bonuses at all for the mixture magic. And hence his mixture magic is not really that powerful. He can still fight, but he needs to be very careful. He probably needs to take a hit, which is not a fun thing because unfortunately the game doesn't allow you to get too many hits. So it's going to be a little bit tough situation for Reven.
Well, the Olim fruit, that is basically a get out of jail free. He's okay. You went for the pickup first. That is perfectly fine. You have one kind of
that makes sense because he had a way out, right? Like if he failed the pickup, which wouldn't kill him for sure, he can always use the Olim. So this way he saves the Olim for other situations and is out of hit, at least the worst hit. Yeah. He's still like in a little bit of a pickle. He can still be like a pincered, but at least he's got now some time to walk away. I don't know whether Reven remembers that, but like after you pick up a monster, it actually goes to the top of the turns queue, and you can now do something that we call like monster skipping turn glitch. And let's see whether he'll... Oh no, now it's too late. Now it's too late. He cannot do it. So maybe some other time we'll talk about it. And yeah, Reven decided that Copper Sword is not a good thing anymore. He will now go for the Steel Sword. The Steel Sword is not that much better, but it is better. It has higher attack power, and attack power is another thing that decides the power of your mixture magic.
So, Chai, how do we know that? Why is Reven stopping there looking at the Griffin?
I don't know.
Because they always take the left-hand turn. And then we found out how enemies move and stuff like that in the game. Because of that, we can know, okay, on this crossroad, he's looking, if the new L were to come here, it's going to take a left-hand turn and go down to the right if it followed. But he's really scared of that nap list. He's been really keeping an eye on it the entire time.
Oh yeah, he knows that like now he has no means to fight the Naplas at all. The only way like to get out of this Naplas situation would be to use an Olim, and of course he wants to keep it for the absolute last resort situations. But yeah, he gets out. He's now on floor 8. The problem is that he's not getting any better unless he finds some like good wand that will give him a little bit more attack power. The situation is just going to continue where he's in a pickle every time he meets monsters.
Yeah, and the other thing to show as well is you see here on LadyDeme's side, she has a vital sword and well, that was a slow seed there, but she's identifying her items before going up, where it's relatively safe to do. She also found the sleep herb marked as ZZZ, so that's something as well. Oh, we have another no floor audio thing, but the thing is, like, the vital sword isn't going to help her at all. Like, that's cursed. It's going to be possibly rusted, whatever. And the vital sword is only good for stopping the Manivas from splitting. That's it. It's just normally an okay-ish sword. The second you get a wand, every sword is just worse. Especially in this second tower where damage is key. You need all the damage from early as possible to even do well.
Oh, LadyDeme is fighting one of the scariest thing in the tower, especially early on.
Yeah.
Because that monster, as you may notice, it has 2 axes for hands. And those axes for hands actually do count as weapon. That the game is programmed this way that they give additional, if I recall right, 8 weapon power to the killer. Later on in the game, when the level overpowers your weapon power, that doesn't really mean that much. But early on, those things are very, very deadly.
Yeah. The thing is, it also has a chance to get critical hits. So, okay, good.
Okay, yeah, she was able to like kill the killer, but she has to be very, very careful of it.
Yeah. During my, we got the music back because I level up as well. During my first climb of the tower, what I did not realize wind crystals were a rarity. That was fun. We had, I found a killer egg. And I'm like, cool, I'm gonna use this the best I can. The amount of levels you get makes a killer very viable if you have MP recovery. But versing a killer is just as dangerous because, again, floor 4, it's a level 4 killer. Floor 20, it's a level 20 killer. Floor 60, run. Like, also those things are terrifying on Reven's side.
One thing that killer also has, and it technically can use it against you, it's not a very common thing to happen. If I remember correctly, it's like 1 in 64. Killers have a special ability that guarantee a critical hit. And as you can like imagine, probably if you have ever played any RPG ever, crits good, and in this game as well. So yeah, definitely having a killer is not the worst thing. It's not the like best thing, but you can get by for a while with just a killer. And if you can recover MP, oh, then you know, crit all the way.
Also, we see here Queenie really obsessed with this rock. So you have to command him to. Oh, the rock disappeared naturally.
Now the rock disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah, rocks and all the obstacles that are created like that have a limited lifetime, and the lifetime is limited by HP. And every turn, the obstacle loses 1 HP. So of course it's not gonna like stay there forever.
Unless it's an ice rock ball 200 HP and nothing else attacks it, then it will sit there for quite some time.
Yeah.
But
unless there is a monster that has a special ability that can destroy obstacles in a single hit, no matter how much HP they have.
Well, that's a weak ball, and that's
Was it weak ball?
I think it was.
I thought it was blind ball.
No, I don't think it's blind.
Let me double check one thing. It's 6 hearts. I didn't really see the full animation.
It was kind of a.
Yeah, it cannot be blind. Blind would be 3. So yeah, so it's weak.
Blind ball is honestly probably the best. Thank you, Skeef. Yeah, because like again, this is a knowledge-based game. Do you recognize the animations that play? Like, if you don't, it's really hard to identify the spell balls, and those are really crucial.
Okay, it seems that like the tower has come down a bit. Now the monsters are not that scary. Fighting a tyrant or a block with this element, it's still okay. Even if you don't have perfect weapon or like noises. Noises will be scary a little bit later on because they will be very powerful. They will be still quite spongy. But they will hit hard. So, but you should be able to like kill them before they hit you. So that's not much of a problem. Definitely, wind monsters is something that like both of our runners, would like to see for now because they're not very scary. We have a fire monster, we have an elemental advantage, and there you go. LadyDeme finds something amazing. Scarlet Wand. It's a dream probably of every runner. There is a problem though. LadyDeme is using a cursed weapon. So yeah.
So you got the decent attack on the Vital Sword, but the thing is, until you get rid of that curse, which decurses are not very common from what I've seen in this tower as well. You find a lot of alchemic scrolls before you find decurse scrolls, in my opinion. Just going face to face with the block, very scary. They're gonna turn, so that's fine. Also, since Fee's not here to say it, please turn the camera. Oh, there you go. Bye, Water Crystal. Best monster. Don't care what people say.
Water Crystal is not the worst. She could have it worse.
Yeah.
At this point, like Water Crystal, like I would say that MP recovery items are not that uncommon in this game.
No.
There is always additional chance for the game to spawn a pita fruit for you. Of course, like it's all chance, so you can still like have a bad time and not find one for a very long time, especially when you don't explore the whole floor. But yeah, Water Crystal at this point is not really that much needed.
Yeah, and the thing is, again, you have to keep in mind as well, is there is still thankfully not the worst, because blocks are pretty brittle at low levels. Because their defense stat hasn't gone crazy just yet. But that's still very scary, because something else can come up with the paralyzed time and be a problem, like killers everywhere.
Yeah, LadyDeme has ways out. She has like paralyzed herb, she has ZZZ herb. So there is plenty of things that she can do. And yet, tossing weapons at this point in the tower is still a very valid strategy. It did 15 damage. That's probably gonna make it so that she should be able to kill that killer.
One or two hits.
One hit, there you go. Beautiful. I really like that gameplay because that sword was useless to her anyways. The moment she removes the curse, nothing else will matter. Scarlet Wand all the way.
Yeah, the thing is, like, it's really hard to express how useful a wand is. When I was playing this game as a kid, I'm like, okay, I have like... Okay, everyone did it. It was a gold sword with... we got the Water Crystal back too. A gold sword that's like plus 20. Like, I'm the strongest. No, if you literally just use a Scarlet Wand, it's like you can just destroy everything if it's the same type.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while of red sanding that sword to be able to compete with the wand. But of course, you know, when you have a sword, you can fight on your own. The moment CUNY die, your wand is pretty much useless.
But at the same time, eventually they're going to be leveled up to the point where the player's not going to be able to kill a 1v1 monster, let alone 2v1 or 3v1 or whatever the scenario may be. That's just the reality of the situation. You're not strong in this game. Ko's very weak. And you'll get overshadowed very quickly. Even like at, I think it was like level 40 during one of my attempts in the second tower. Also, we should point out, flat scroll on Reven's side. There's no rooms for the monsters to aggro, so Reven can just explore and fight and take this floor at his own pace.
Yeah,
floor 18 as well. That's actually, I didn't realize how fast Reven was climbing up the floors there.
Yeah, that was quite a quick jump. And that's a perfect situation also to like identify some items, because again, some of the items, like as compared to the normal tower, are negative. In the vanilla tower, you know all of the items, what they are, but there is fewer of them. For example, there is no herb that actually does anything bad to you. In the second tower, you may naturally find herbs like sleep herb or paralysis herb that can do bad things to you, so you have to be very, very careful about using those items. Standing in a flat scroll room and identifying items is the best, because no monsters will ever aggro to you. Even if you get like a bad status like paralysis or sleep, you can just wait it out because nothing will attack you anyways.
Yeah.
Now we are seeing tyrants being tyrants. Reven wanted to attack them to get some experience, but they were like, nah, I'm not gonna walk up to you. You walk up to me.
They're one of the very few unique monsters in this game. Manaweavas being one, Tyrants being another. Pickets, they have special movements on them. And you can see here, oh, did not steal an item this time. We see AI1 strats, happening on LadyDeme's side, where she's trying to get a few extra attacks in to cheese out a quick victory versus the monsters. Although she should probably use that water crystal soonish, getting down quite low MP for Queenie right now.
There's also quite low. No, HP is okay. I thought that like she has
HP is fine.
52, but yeah, the screen is not very nicely visible. Yeah.
It is very clear on the stream, but for the Discord restream.
Exactly. But yeah, that water crystal can wait until like she has 0 MP, because you know it recovers like your familiar fully. So if you don't want to like waste
0, probably 5. Let's face it, you don't want to head to 0. That's a bad scenario.
Especially if it happens when you're in a fight. You need that additional 1 MP. Now both of our runners are cursed. We can see on the state display windows that I call it Grumpy-Co. They have this kind of grumpy face. That's an indication of a curse. Yeah, they both need to find some the curse scroll to at least remove the curse from the equipment, and then additional items to remove the curse from themselves. Reven is in a little bit better situation, because being stuck with a wand is definitely better than being stuck with a vital sword.
Yes.
But the thing is that like around floor 40-50, that's when that wand usability will become a little bit not so high. Until floor 40, he still should be able to fight with just any wand, but past that, you definitely want to have elemental wand matching your element. Otherwise, you will need to probably use 2 mixture magic attacks, which is not something that you want to do, because you don't want to take any hit on higher floors.
Yeah, and again, like, make jokes with the leather cartel, leather shields, whatever. Again, like, there is ranged spells in this game from fire monsters predominantly that do quite a bit of damage, and if you don't gain levels while you can during this climb, like, you can get to floor 60 really quickly. By all means, do that. You're gonna realize that you're stuck, and like everything will kill you or do whatever. And there's a lot of useful spell balls you can get. Mostly, you want to find fire-based ones, because those are the ones that do damage. There's one exception being the acid rain ball. But if you were to find like a blinder ball or something, that's probably overall the best ball you could find for keeping yourself alive in the tower, I would say. Because it lasts for so long, and you can manipulate so many monsters with it.
Reven goes to... Oh wait, it wasn't floor 18, it was floor 10.
Ah.
So, yeah. Again, like you probably checked it in the Discord.
You're right.
Yeah. So now he's only floor 12, so he didn't suddenly jump so many floors.
Yeah, again, it's like the Discord stream isn't as good as quality as the stream that people see. So small text, like, okay, we can see where the hearts are. We can count how many hearts, but like we see like the smaller details, like the HP value, slightly blurry, but it's completely crystal clear on your guys' side. So that's just hey, there's a glove trap there though. Oh, and we got a decurse scroll.
Oh, beautiful, Reven. So
yeah.
Now he's still stuck with the curse. We can see that like Co's portrait is still like a little bit grumpy. So Shawnee, can you explain to us what are the benefits of a curse?
The benefits of a curse is you're going to be finding all sorts of traps that like to trigger a lot more often. You're going to be missing a little bit more, and anything that is based on luck for stat-based calculations is going to be basically with 0. It gives you basically the lowest possible luck as long as you have the curse on you. And to cure it, you need to cure all herb after you get rid of the cursed equipment. And because of that, also without the curse, Reven can now technically switch off the. I still think the wee dog is aggroed. Yeah.
Yeah, it will still be active.
At least the Ifrit won't play for a bit.
That's the thing that I'm not 100% sure about, because yesterday I noticed that when the monsters wake up in a flat scroll room, they're still aggroed. They were aggroed when they were sleeping, and they don't remove the aggro. You can see that Ifrit is walking towards Cove. So you would have to first get out from the room, lose the aggro, and then if the monster wakes up, it will be fine. Yeah, it's definitely aggroed. So
yeah, well, definitely has to use his sled, because I was commenting about this with Deme yesterday. Is we're wondering if flat scroll removes the presence of rooms, and it doesn't, because when you load on the map, when you're walking around, well, there's a pillar ball there. You can see the rooms be uncovered when you walk into where they were after a flat scroll.
Yes, definitely. The rooms stay. It's just that monsters consider all of those tiles as non-room. So yeah, that's and like I said, this aggro thing is a little bit different, because when monsters are sleeping, they're still checking the aggro. That's the thing, and of course, like first turn that Reven made was when he was still in the room, so that if it was aggroed, he would have to first leave the room, and if the later on it would wake up, it wouldn't be aggro.
Yeah.
But going back to my previous question, obvious benefit of being cursed is that we can now watch this beautiful face of Ko.
Yes, it's actually a status that you don't see normally in game. Is actually hidden, as well as well, if you see them get hit by like a paralysis trap or.
That's not true. You can see paralysis trap. You just have to open the menu while you're paralyzed. Nobody does that because you cannot do anything, but you can still do it.
Yeah, but like sleep trap is another one which is not visible normally, but they do have all the custom character portraits for all the statuses, and curse is there, but it's not shown.
Yeah.
So a lot of players will equip the curse, whatever, use a decurse scroll, not worry about it, and then, not realize that they have legitimately worse luck. I think we only really found out about the curse status, like...
Chance for LadyDeme to have the curse scroll. There you go.
There you go.
Now LadyDeme is set to go very, very high. Luckily that Scarlet Wand is not cursed. Even if it was, it wouldn't be such a bad thing, but it's definitely better when it's not, because now you've got options. You can like change to different element and change to different wand if you find something. Like for example, I know that you're gonna be against it, but LadyDeme has a golf wand. It's a wind element wand. If you ever need to go to wind element, you already have the weapon to pair it up with.
Now's a good time to ignore the U-boat and go to the elevator. U-boats, krakens, and other water creatures tend to be horrible things to come across, and they're going to do quite a bit of damage at this point against Queenie.
But now Queenie with Scarlet Wand is a little better, but you still gotta watch out. If you miss now, that Queenie is dead. Yeah, there you go. I really like the idea. Do not take risks. There is no need. You still have like inventory. Not amazing, not too much of it, but definitely keeping your Queenie is better than letting it die or like leaving it to a chance. So let's see. I would say that like LadyDeme is set a little bit better than Reven, at least in terms of equipment.
Yes. Honestly, we got stealths on Reven's side.
Luckily for Reven, stealths are wind monsters. He is fire, so those stealths will not be much of a problem. Apart from the fact that like he may get hit here and there randomly, because stealths have an ability to be invisible. And what's more, they can even spawn already invisible, and you wouldn't even see them.
Let's see here. Just
Green
U-boats
shouldn't be a problem for Reven.
No. I think it has like 60 health at least, so it's gonna do a little bit of damage, but for the most part... Nope, okay.
Yeah.
2 AI ones and you're fine.
Now with the wand, he like I said, until like 30-40 floor, he should be able to like kill many things without like taking a damage. Later on, monsters will get so much HP that it will not be enough. You will need elemental wand.
Yeah. Also, you're ignoring one vital aspect. So LadyDeme has a little bit of HP or MP recovery on her side with the herbs and whatever, but she still has a decent amount of MP with Queenie right now. Reven is down to basically using an egg for MP recovery, and that's it.
Yes.
Also, I like the idea of fusing that block into Queenie. If you want to have a nice bulky monster, having the double defense stat is wonderful.
Fully agree. There is one catch though. Unfortunately, that double defense is not a given. You need to recover a defense. Like, whenever you level up, you will only gain the defense from your normal level up. Your max defense will go higher, but your normal defense will just go normal.
Yeah.
So every now and then you have to recover your defense to be able to get the benefits from this double defense. There are items that recover defense. There is a herb for it, and water crystal also does that.
Yes.
So definitely something that if LadyDeme fuses that block into Cuny, that water crystal she had before would have been a little bit more useful now.
Yeah, and that was... No, she used it up after she got back from the picket, but she left the other one at home. Oh, we got a paralysis trap on the Ifrit there. And Reven's being a little bit impatient. I would still wait for it. I don't think I would have gone up there and punched it. That's not really the most ideal solution, but whatever.
LadyDeme was fighting fairly scary monsters. Araj. It's quite strong. Luckily, it doesn't have that much HP. You should be able to take them on, especially with like Scarlet Wands. Newells are definitely one of the annoying ones as well, but again, more annoying than really scary for her right now with Scarlet Wand. The annoying part is that they can recover their HP if they get too low, but yeah, just make sure that like you take all of their HP and they will never recover it.
Yeah, and the thing is, again, you'll see here on LadyDeme's side, 21 damage to 27. There's a difference, though, of level 13 versus level 8. The Scarlet Wand is doing huge amounts of increase in damage, comparatively to Reven, who's just using a neutral wand.
And it's gonna get even... the difference will be even bigger the higher the level. That's how well it scales. Reven finds a Pita fruit, so that sort of solves these MP problems. Again, MP recovery items are not very rare. You should be able to fight them every few floors.
Yeah.
And yeah, Reven currently has no problems at all. The only thing that he would want to find, apart from like few things that are always amazing, just Scarlet Wand, and he would be set because he's got pretty nice spell balls with him as well. So yeah, not the best setup though.
The exit loops on LadyDeme's side is really nice. I would have gone just like, you've explored 80% of the map already. You're able to kill things on this floor. I would have saved it for the next floor at least. But picking up a second one, it's always nice. No matter what information you have, information is good in this game. And if you have a monster loop, despite not being the most useful one, knowing how the monsters are moving and how you can avoid them in speedrun purposes is useful. Treasure loop, you can see where rooms are, even if, again, in the second tower there's a lot of gold coins which are useless. It's still information on where, the rooms are, paths can be, and stuff like that. And exit loop, it just points to where the exit is. It's great.
Reven in a little bit of a decision. He's able to dispose of that Mandara in the next hit, but that's assuming that he will hit. If he misses, Cuny is dead. Luckily, he doesn't. The climb continues.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you can see here AI1 on Reven's side. You pick up Queenie, put it behind you, walk again. The monsters here are getting a little bit too strong for AI1 to be successful. And he's able to edge out a couple wins right now, but let's say 4 or 5 more floors, or a water creature. Queenie's going to take a lot of damage really quickly.
Yep.
And
already now that Mandara did like 27 damage, which is more than half of Cuny's HP. So the only thing that he can take is a single hit.
Oh, shoutouts to sleeping wee dogs. They look like they're awake. They're great.
I never can tell.
No. You have to really sit there and squint, and you have to see if they turn when they walk towards you and stuff like that. But otherwise, it is a pain.
And there you go. You asked for it. LadyDeme hatched it.
Yep.
The block is there.
Yeah. The thing is, again, this is the difference of, well, obviously second tower attempt, and then first tower attempt kind of thing.
And LadyDeme immediately fuses it.
Yeah. there's no reason not to fuse the Wind Creature into Queenie. Lot Blind is still a very good skill that you can still use. It's still somewhat usable. But this now gives Queenie the double defense. And if you were to recover that in some regard, what Reven's facing right now with, 27 damage versus Lucky right here, like, if he doesn't kill the Ifrit, it might come close to... Yeah, okay, good. It might come close to actually taking out Queenie at that HP level. With the block, though, is if you're able to recover his defense, having gone up to like floor 76 myself because I fused a Napless into the Queenie, gave myself just a little bit more bulk, it makes such a big difference in surviving the tower and doing those extra attacks you need. I still think the best thing you could possibly find would be either an Arachne and a Kid, infuse that into the dragon, and then just go nuts. Or the other one probably would be a Napless or a block. And then we got an egg on Reven's side too.
I'm gonna give you some reason to be smiling, because I would like, if I had like to choose any fusion, I would definitely go dragon with a ticket.
Well, yeah, because, and this is the other thing as well, is I showed this off during one of my practice runs like a year and a bit ago for when I was practicing for some marathon stuff. And the one that drives me just like the peak of happiness is you can use this as a base picket. It doesn't do anything special, but if you command it to move and then follow you, you can make any monsters always stay behind you and slowly distance yourself away. And it is wonderful to see the picket screw up enemy AI that way, let alone fusing spells and stuff into it. But I agree, like if you were to have basically a quick dragon, you're just golden. Or even a quick Arash, another one, would be a great one.
That reverse trap on LadyDeme side is confusing her a bit. She's making like missteps.
Yeah.
That's the purpose of this trap, to confuse you, because your controls are still the same. It's just that your view changes.
So the one thing which should be done, and this is like the small detour or a small like knowledge based thing that could make a difference. Again, if you're being panicked and stuff like that, it's really hard to consistently just play the game and do whatever. But if you were to try to pick up the Cyclone, you can see where it is first. It won't let you because it's a heavy monster somehow. And then you could attack that way. Monsters which can be picked up. That's gonna be a problem.
Oh, LadyDeme, watch out, because next hit kills you.
No, it's not that. She should use a wind because the two wind creatures behind her as well.
Yeah.
And I think that was her last charge on the fireball, which has been renamed.
Yeah, she already tried to use it on Cyclone and it had nothing.
Yeah,
she
save
doesn't
that
want to
Scarlet
take
Wand.
risks. She takes Wind Crystal. She has amazing inventory. She has Scarlet Wand. She has Leather Shield. She wants to keep it. So LadyDeme wins out, and she will try again in climb number 3.
That's right. Septic is right. The defense is restored now. So you get the free defense increase from using the Wind Crystal as well.
One other way to restore your stats is to leave the tower and re-enter it. So now the Puny will have restored defense. It's gonna be definitely helpful, at least in the beginning, but it's not gonna be like such a big game changer like very quickly, because we could see that like she had 16 out of 32 defense. That was this like double defense. Defense in this game works this way, that for every 2 points of defense, the damage reduction is roughly 1.
Yes.
So that additional 16 defense will basically reduce damage by 8. Which is of course nothing to like laugh at. It's definitely like something good, but when monsters hit for, I don't know, 40, 50, that 8 might not be such a big difference.
Yeah, and the thing is, again, like in this game, unlike other RPGs where you want to survive, offense is the best defense. And if you use your extra defense to get more attacks off, that will be better overall than trying to just tank hits and stuff like that. But we'll see here when LadyDeme takes out Queenie here, its defense stats should be properly reflecting what it should be, and it should be, I think that's at 32? No.
Yes.
Yeah, 32. but it's basically half the level of Reven's.
And
So,
yeah, higher defense.
Yeah. But likewise, if you have the double attack trait, you would have 42 attack, which is disturbingly high for a monster with a max stats of 252. Oh, we got Mount Bird.
Yeah, so that's the additional quote-unquote benefit of the fusion with a block. Block does have a spell, and spells transfer on a fusion. So now CUNY has two spells, Breathe and Bind. The thing is that, like, if you set AI 3, and you have more than one spell, the game will try to choose one of the spells for you. Normally, it's the spell with higher level, but both of those levels are equal.
The same currently.
So there will be some kind of rotation. It's not exactly 50-50. It's going to be more like 75% to 25%. But yeah, if you want to like guarantee that you will be using always the sword mixture magic, which is more often probably preferred, you just got to do it manually. So that's a little bit of an annoying part. If LadyDeme waited a bit, like fused a block when CUNY was one level higher, then we would never have this problem. But luckily also for her, that other magic is naturally wind. So if LadyDeme gains a level, the breathe spell level will go higher, but the wind spell level will stay as it was. So she will have the problem solved.
Yeah. Also, the other thing as well, which really should be pointed out, Mount Bird is expensive comparatively.
Oh yeah, it costs 4 MP as compared to the of sword mixture magic.
Yeah, and so, but the thing is, if you were to use it, we'll say properly in quotations, you can theoretically use it so it can hit like 5 across and like 8 down or something. It's a stupidly huge range. I think it's like 40 squares around you or something, or in front of you.
Oh no, Mount Burn is 7 by 7.
7 by 7. Okay, yeah. So okay. Yeah, it is a disturbingly large room. So like, if you are sitting outside of a room and just go like, you know, can I have a water crystal? Let's just Mount Burn the entire room like 4 times and everything dies. And that's great.
Mount Burn is a ranged spell, of course, as mentioned. Also, it has an additional ability to sometimes turn around monsters. If the monster is not aggroed on you and you hit it with a Mount Burn, there is a pretty good chance that it will just turn around and walk in a different direction. So even if it's a monster that like you normally cannot fight with, some like very scary water monsters, you might just like turn them around and be done with it.
Which is extremely useful.
Definitely something that like you want to keep in your arsenal. Not necessarily to kill things, but definitely for other things. Reven was having a little bit of a situation with that saber fighting there because he missed. Thank you, Curse. Apart from sabers, he also sees kids on this floor. That's definitely one of the monsters that he doesn't want to fight with.
Oh.
They're very powerful. LadyDeme is having a little bit of a problem with renaming things. That's the problem with the second tower. This is technically not finished content, so I don't consider it a bug, but the game doesn't work very well in terms of re-entries for the second tower, because the names, certain name slots can be reused for other items, and suddenly you may be confused. You can get, like we had in the previous entry, medicinal ball, even though of course there is no such thing.
But they again, just keeping track of things, like again, this is part of the challenge of the second tower. Again, I would love to see all the runners of this tournament all attempt at 80% at the same time in a big race later, because this is such a difficult tower climb. I think everyone has learned so much about how to play this game one way or another to improve their 80%. Like, it is disturbingly like difficult at times, and like, oh yeah, I can now avoid monsters perfectly. I can now do this. I can. Oh, that's a lot of damage from Dog. Wow.
Definitely, second tower can help you gain the knowledge of how to beat vanilla tower, because, like you mentioned, it's tougher. But like, if we are talking about the speedrun, then I'm not sure whether like you can use really this knowledge, because as you know, there are people who play this vanilla game, like finish the game under 30 minutes, and they don't fight. They just like get to elevator, 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 elevator.
Oh, so I love the kid because when it dies, it falls to the ground.
Ooh. He decided that like, nah, I'm not gonna fight you straight on. Reven like risked it there because if that kid attacked again with the breath,
if he misses, he might lose Queenie.
Again, Reven is pretty okay. He's set to get to like floor 40, 50 fairly easily, assuming that the tower doesn't like do the tower thingies.
And say no, yeah.
But you still have to be very, very careful. You cannot let your familiar die. If your familiar dies, your whole advantage, your whole idea behind how you want to tackle the tower by fighting is gone. Reven decided to start hatching the egg. I think that egg was his Polompa egg, so I presume he wants to turn his CUNY water? No, it cannot be Polompa because it has too low percentage, so it's one of the eggs that he found on floors.
Yeah, I don't know what monster that's going to be. I don't remember the ones he picked up. He also he's probably doing the fusion for MP as well. He's sitting at 9, and he doesn't have an MP restoration thing right now other than eggs. So fusing does, give you some MP back.
Like Septic mentions, LadyDeme has 2 bells that are either malicious or holy. If I recall right, malicious have a bit higher chance than holy to show up, so there is good chance that there are malicious bells. But I would say that this floor is a floor where you do want to use that bell and find out, because even if it's malicious, it's got nothing on her. She's got very powerful CUNY, she's got Scarlet Wand, and golems will not be able, even if 1 level higher, will be able to do anything to her. So this is time to find out, because later on when she will need this knowledge, she may not have this kind of leisure of being able to get the worst result.
Yeah, and it's only 1 more level till she doesn't have to start menuing constantly just to do mixture magic. That's going to do quite a bit of damage, but I think she's going to switch to AI 1, but she already put the direct command in, so it's going to nullify the AI 1.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful with that. If you're gonna do that, you gotta have to re-command Queenie, because you just can't nullify a command that prioritizes over their AI.
Queenie has the double defense, and we've seen it at work. It is a little bit higher level than that Golem, and it has elemental advantage, but also the double defense made it that Golem just does 1 damage, so there is nothing that Golem can do to CUNY.
Yeah. You see here the things on Reven's side. I made a comment earlier. I'm like, I always thought Life 1 was a little bit more redundant when it came to it, but like the amount of damage you can output in the second tower from Cove being such a high level and all this other stuff, the Life 1 does make a big difference, but again, eventually when things start doing like 80 damage, it's still 2 shots here. Like, it doesn't matter, but like these kind of middle floors of like 20-ish, it actually pays off quite well. Yeah, just pick up all that money, Reven. You need all that money.
So yeah, LadyDeme did find out that it's a Holy Bell. So she did have 2 Holy Bells, now 1 left. Those water monsters will not be very, very scary at all for her. She can dispose of them, especially that Viper, because it doesn't have a way out.
Yeah, it actually went completely the wrong direction.
Yeah. Fighting the Saber, yeah, also easy. Another Saber.
I would just wait. I just wait and walk away.
Yeah, just walk away. You don't want to fight it. You can get like higher level monsters, give you more experience, so yeah, exactly. Just walk away. Definitely not a floor that LadyDeme wants to see. She sees Newells, Sabers, Vipers. All of them are water monsters. Lucky for her, she shouldn't have that much of a trouble with them.
No, ironically, this is like the one time where, the fire monster is doing well right now, and I love to see it. But at the same time, I'm just watching that experience bar just go up a little bit more each time, so it doesn't do outburn randomly.
LadyDeme again forgets that like she needs to do those commands.
Yeah.
It should be soon.
There we go.
Now, yeah.
Now since the fire or Brit is now the higher level, she doesn't have to worry about it. She'll just do flame swords, which is so much more preferable.
The thing with Mount Burn is that this the power of the Mount Burn depends solely on the level of the spell. The fact that she has like matching elemental wand means nothing. Level of Ko means nothing. Attack of Ko or Uni means nothing. The only thing that matters is that level, and of course it's not very high, so fighting, especially with elemental disadvantage with that spell, is not really that great.
Yeah, and again, like we have to stress this as well. Like, I don't care what level floor difference there are between them. Reven can just straight up die in a bad spawn room. It can be hit by a paralysis trap. This race is far from over.
On into the room with a Kraken.
Thankfully it's sleeping, but yeah, no one likes to see a Kraken. I don't care.
Reven found the stream wand and changed his element to water. I guess I missed it, so that must have been because I don't see an egg in his inventory, so I presume it was an egg that gave him a water.
Yeah, I think so. And I think looking at his 46 MP, I think he fed the other egg to Queenie. But I still don't think he found a Peter fruit at all. We were so focused on watching LadyDeme and her inventory and stuff like that, we weren't paying attention.
Lord is 25. I'm just now wondering. Oh, wait.
And the Grenade still did 21 damage.
Know. Maybe he found a sea seed, because to be honest, I don't know which monster could have been that water monster. I don't see a water monster egg. Interesting. But yeah, now that he has elemental matching wand, now he's set to go very, very high. And now that he's also water, many scary fire monsters are not scary at all anymore. Now wind monsters may be a little bit scary, but he does have some fire power in terms of fire spell balls, attacking fire spell balls. The fire spell ball and pillar spell ball. So that can like help him for a while. And some of the wind monsters, probably like weaker ones like Unicorn, he can fight also as water if he wanted to.
Well, you say weak monsters like Unicorn, it's still level 25. You really had to be careful around those things still.
Of course, like you have to be careful around every monster because like even that Fire Griffin, if it attacks Ko, I don't think that like more than 2 hits is
two hits is dead.
Yeah. So you have to be always watching out for everything. But yeah, my point is that like he can probably take out that Unicorn even without taking damage. So that shouldn't be much of a problem.
Yeah, because when it comes to the damage output, I had to refresh the actual stream to see the HP value because it's a very much a blur on Reven's side. That's 85 MP.
Yes.
It looks very different for the commentators. But like, again, like 43, that's now like more than half. And damage rolls are a thing, crits are a thing. I had 2 hits on a Unicorn still, so...
Yeah. I guess like with AI1 probably he would be able to kill that Unicorn even with elemental advantage without taking any single hit. He finds a nice room, some herbs, some wand unfortunately useless to him. Oh, that herb is pretty useful.
We actually know what that one is. And there you go. Although I would have used it closer just as a thing, but you know.
I don't think that it matters because like it cannot wake up unless Cuny is right next to it, and it will like sleep for quite long. And if Reven's idea was to walk up to it, there is no difference whether you like toss it from a distance or whether you toss it right next to it because it just has a chance to wake up again. Golem monsters are actually those that you don't want to deal with while being water, so yeah.
No, golems are just terrifying in general. Like there's a couple outstanding monsters that like all the runners are...
And the tower can say no, and that is one of the ways in which it can do so.
And he does not... He probably doesn't have, I should say. He might have a resource scroll in his inventory. I'm not 100% sure of the hearts right now. That was a damage.
And there you go. 1 hit to a
and there we go.
Second is dead. Now all the advantage that like we were saying, yeah, Reven is in quite a good situation, doesn't apply anymore. Reven now is in a bad situation, very bad. Unless that 6 heart scroll which technically can be restored. He needs to check it, whether it's a restore.
Well, he has to, find time to check it as well. Although, honestly, it's one of those weird things.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. We got some distance now. Glaciers are good for one thing. Also, I do love how it doesn't uncover your map, so this is just missing hallway. I would have checked it just there. Oh no!
What are you doing? I guess he wants to just dispose of it, pillar ball or fireball. Yeah.
If you're gonna do that, you let it come to you and approach you. You never walk in the direct path of, in particular, a block or a metal. They will be more than happy to paralyze you.
And now he's checking, thinking, use it. Unfortunately, on the restore scroll, it's a holy scroll. So that's definitely good knowledge if he ever finds another holy scroll, but that's not what he needs right now. So what we're gonna do, see from Reven right now is just trying to get high as high as he can, while trying to find restore scroll or maybe some other replacement egg. The point is that he doesn't really have that much of an inventory. That fireball, pillar ball, they're gonna go out pretty quickly if he needs to fight.
So, looking at his other monster he has hatched, it is Steel. It takes the first 5 letters from their names. So he has a worthless stealth in his inventory at a very low level, most likely. So I don't know how well that's gonna kind of play out for him on this one.
Yeah, stealth is
You go for card extracts? I'll go for... Yeah, there we go.
You gotta. It's better to be pushed away than be...
Oh, there you go.
What a nice push.
Yeah, for once.
Check
and
the
wooden wand. I mean, you're there. You might as well check the wand. There's some optimizations people can do and not check things and, go for broke or do whatever. The thing is, this speedrun, if you want to pause, take time, and just, leave the game on, think out the room, think out your moves, that's perfectly acceptable as well. The runners are obviously trying to play as fast as possible, and that's where mistakes come from. But at the same time, there's no reason you shouldn't just be able to put the controller down essentially and just think, okay, what should the next move be, and make the correct move.
I want to question Reven on his previous move, because when he was right next to the stealth, the first thing he was thinking, I'm gonna lift it before using my spell ball. When he saw a dreaming, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna spell ball it immediately. Don't you want to at least try to lift it once? Okay, so I don't think right now LadyDeme is panicking a little bit when it comes to item usages and stuff like that. She hit a warp track and there's 3 pink dots on the map. But the thing is, she's actually in a pretty good place in general when it comes to, Queenie being extremely strong. I think she knows which one it was. Yeah, Cuny has, first of all, very high defense.
Exactly.
Taking 1 damage, so just let it fight it out. Just get back to Cuny.
Yeah.
You're gonna do good. Or use the explode.
But we saw exactly the same thing happen in Reven, where the tower was a little bit higher level, and it died in 2 hits. So, warp traps are scary, but this is the one time where, Queenie is perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about that too much.
Oh, what a nice floor for Reven. Right? Oh, luckily for him, the elevator is very close, and no monsters on the path. He will be able to get out of it. That's one of the things.
It might be glaciers.
There is always a chance for it.
Yeah. Although it's sleeping, but there's a chance that...
There you go.
Oh, there we go. Oh! The snipe from down.
So even though he was already in safe situation, he was still sniped by a spell. Doesn't cause him that much of a problem, a little bit of a damage, but he gets out and is now on floor 31.
Yeah, and the 1-room floor in particular is quite scary because all the monsters are automatically aggro to you. That should be known. But the scarier thing is the pillars. Because A, it reduces your movement, but B, it really screws with your frame rate. Because that game renders all of them, and I think that's nice. This is a PlayStation 1 game. It's not very good at that. Also, there's an egg behind that pillar on LadyDeme's side. She's walked by very quickly and didn't see it, I think.
quickly on that frame rate, we could actually see that Reven has done a small optimization of like bringing up his minimap to the full screen so that the game doesn't have to render the whole floor, and he was walking while checking just the minimap, and in that case it was just like working normally.
Oh no, that was a loop in mind. Yes, and as Septic points out in chat, I honestly, it's a bit scary because obviously you're without a familiar. But the Garuda floors are the ones you definitely want to look for eggs on, just because, you know, Garudas are broken. This is a fixed tower seat. Garudas are allowed if you can find them. Back in the day of pre-randomizing randomizer or de-randomizing randomizer, we had it so there would be the agreement of if you found a Garuda, would you be able to use it? Because we weren't able to make the same seed. But since everything's the same seed, it's fair game. It's just a matter if you manage to find it or not, and that's up on the runners basically for how well they can do.
I like the strategy that we've seen on both of our runner sides. Different strategies, but both showing that our runners really do have quite high knowledge of the game. LadyDeme used a Leva fruit on a Picket, and that makes it so that Picket is satisfied, it gets the item, and it doesn't want anything anymore, it just runs away. And what Reven used was, he used the two tile height elevation difference to his advantage to make sure that the flame will not follow him, it will just stay stuck in that crevasse, let's call it this way. Yeah, so really nice knowledge from both of our runners. And if you want to survive on these higher floors, especially when you don't have like much to fight with, you do need every single little piece of this kind of game knowledge.
Yeah, and again, like this is, like I would be hard pressed to say anyone knows more, like just casually, like about the speedrun than LadyDeme from all the commentary she's done. She has absorbed every bit of knowledge people have ever commentated with her, and she has she actually has like a flip card decks where she will reference strategies on a whim. Hi, Fee. Hi, Obi. Hi. So when it comes to, okay, dog did leave. When it comes to like knowledge, like again, she knows exactly what to do. Problem is sometimes performing it, remembering it on the fly is very problematic for any runner, not just LadyDeme. Like there's times where like I don't know how to do if the AI wants strat. I will try it, and if I fail it once, but no, scrap it. Or like if there's certain risks involved or whatever. Okay, he did pick up the Dreamin'. Oh, that's a stealth. That is terrifying now.
Yeah, Reven did find an egg like on the previous floor or 2 floors ago, so I think his idea is now to find a safe spot where he can hatch that egg, but you know, the tricky part is to first get to this kind of safe spot. Luckily, all those monsters are wind, stealth, and dreaming, so he still has a little bit of spell ball in form of a pillar ball. So yeah, just get to a safe place and start hatching, possibly.
He thankfully. Oh, no one wants to see a Kraken come out from the room.
Speaking of safe spot, right? Definitely safe spot where Krakens roam.
Yeah.
And where stealths are on the floor as well. So
yes,
yeah. Maybe next floor.
Yeah, there's quite a few wind seeds. Obviously, that's a really good combination with the pillar and fireballs and stuff like that because you can, you know, make them weak and damage them. Ice. Okay, we now know that's empty. Nope, get rid of it first. Oh well. Well, I guess you could because he's staying on the elevator. Normally, you'd have to be off the elevator. Also, we kind of touched on it a little briefly. If you were to see on the elevator, kind of after you get on the elevator and the new level loads in, it always goes to Co. I always try to describe it as it goes as a letter C from the top left-hand corner to wherever Co is. So we saw basically the entire left-hand side of the map on Reven's side, which is useless. I think he actually turned the map or whatever, but we're gonna hatch the egg. Oh, 4%. Don't love to see that.
Yeah, but like, do you have a choice? I would still go for it.
I would go for it, and I would have the Holy Bell, and I would.
Oh, LadyDeme gets something very exciting.
Of course, you're excited about gambling.
Everybody is. Come on.
I'm not actually. That's actually the one thing I don't like using Balrongs.
I love using them. They can like turn around the whole game. You may
That's
have
true.
a
That's
very
true.
bad time and suddenly you get some amazing item that changes everything. So yeah, definitely Barongs are like a nice addition to the game because otherwise, if it wasn't for the Barongs, pretty much both of our runners would be really facing all the same situation because all the items would be same, all the monsters would be same. There would be no differentiator. But Barongs give you this kind of like change in the RNG, where you know it's a little bit more exciting if you don't always know what's gonna happen. So yeah, I like to watch that.
Okay, Hex's comment. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be Balrog. That's great. Yeah, the thing is, I'm not one for Balrongs. I still believe the true grind for the speedrun of this game, because there is a second tower category, is if you manage to find a Picket, a Tovar Seed, a Manueva, and a Blue Egg. You can make a joke of the second tower.
Tovar Seed? Why would Tovar Seed help you?
Not Tovar, sorry, Mazar.
Oh yeah.
And you could do my New Game Plus strats that I came up with to break the game on the second tower. You're gonna have to take a hit from that bloom. But yeah, it's fun, I'll say. Oh, we got the Sleeping Necklace. I would have just let it pass if she would have, or Reven would have left it just for a little bit longer. It would have taken the left path, but you got within range and it aggroed. So this is an unnecessary. Also, Awake Napless. Napless is there. We go. Thank you.
I question Reven's decision to not bring out the Dream Eater. It's everybody knows that it's an MVP, so.
Yeah, exactly. And that's again, we have a lot of community memes. Now you're stuck between a Napless and a Napless place, and that's not fun.
He still has like plenty of things to like deal with tough situations. Well, plenty maybe is an overstatement. He still has things, but yeah. He definitely doesn't want to get stuck in those situations. Oh, that's a nice situation. Unfortunately, Naplas did wake up.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hit still.
Take a hit and go in the different direction rather than be pinned between two monsters. Okay. And he had the right decision. He finds an elevator, just get to it, and it will be floor 37.
Yep. Again, it's a very respectable floor to get on. This isn't very easy to do without a familiar. Now, here's the problem, though, is if he revives Queenie, what can he even do?
Oh, there you go. Reven also gets some nice situation. I'm quite sure that he's excited about seeing those Barongs.
Yeah, but the Ifrit on the other side of the room that can snipe you with Sled, not so much.
Yeah,
that's a little bit more of a problem. I would definitely be using a Holy Bell right now and then trying to keep the Balrog on pace.
And if you want to like really like help yourself in terms of like trying to get items, there is that flat scroll in the inventory.
Yeah.
There is no better friend to a Barong than a flat scroll because you can, you know, just lure them into the middle of the room while you're safe and play with them. LadyDeme finds an egg on floor 10. That's very exciting.
Yeah. Honestly, again, like it's a good source of MP. She's sitting at 30 MP, I believe, right now. Yeah, just go for gambling. Let's die gambling.
No, I think it was like waste Barong's turn so that it will not walk up, and now he can deal with Ifrit somehow.
Honestly, the Holy Scroll or Holy Bell probably is the best bet to get rid of him.
Yeah, because no matter what he does, he will have to like...
yeah, there we go.
He technically could have played with a slow seed, but I don't know.
Seal. Is there a more useless wand than the seal wand for abilities? Like...
Oh, there you go. That's a possible restore scroll, so I'm quite sure that Reven is happy about it. That's exactly what we were talking about. One thing can change everything. And he did already identify some other 6 hard scrolls, so there is a high chance that it could be. Unfortunately, it's a malicious scroll.
Thankfully, he's using it in a Holy Bell room. So that's ideally the best, safest place. But until he de-aggroes the Ifrit there. There we go. Yeah. The last thing he wants to do is be stuck in the corner of the room with 3 exits coming at him. He's not going to survive that if he's not, you know, lucky.
If I was Reven, I would take some coins into my inventory right now because, again, the Barongs may come up anywhere.
There you go.
He needs something to, like, play with them.
That's one of my favorite strats, is just using the Balrongs or empty MP enemies You know what? You better just plug that hole and walk away. There's a lot of monsters coming now. Nope, there you go. If you would have walked up there, the Viper would have aggroed.
Yeah, then you would have to like walk away a little bit further.
Yeah. So this is where, again, knowledge of the game really comes in handy, because you can just be like, yeah, just, you know, Balrog will block the hallway. Enemies will not attack other enemies which run on MP, so we can use that to our advantage when they can be lifted like Balrog. We have a scroll there and a fruit. Curse, not very useful, and Pita, honestly, quite useful.
Yeah,
there's no reason not to take a Pita fruit into your inventory.
Yeah, especially when you're on the wrong floors.
Yeah.
And you do want to like probably like gamble with them a bit to get that one item that you need. So Reven, I presume.
Reven's trying to position himself so he gets one turn of waiting basically. So he'll get the fruit, then he can do the gold here. And we have a slow seat. Honestly, still very good. I still like them.
Yeah. Another scroll. Flat, not bad. You do want
flat's very useful. We have water crystal. Hey, I got it.
Yeah, keep it, definitely.
Yeah. And last one is there's now an Ifrit coming, so it's time to leave.
Time to use the spell ball to see what it is.
Okay. It is.
And it's a blaze ball.
Yep. Blaze ball, which looks like sled. Pitter that looks like rise. There's a bunch of weird, stupid spell balls. Okay, he has to have.
The thing is that the blaze ball has only one charge and it was already used, so the blaze ball is empty. There is no reason to like. Oh, yeah. Reven. Oh. Okay, that may have been something that he was thinking about. No, but now that flame is aggroed. Oh, okay, I get you.
That's fine. That's fine. That is also the worst possible thing that could happen. Although we have again a Balrog coming up again. He has an empty spell ball in front of him.
I would say that like Reven, you've got 2 flat scrolls, and you do want to play with Balrogs. Come on, don't be cheap. Use it.
Again, I will always say this every possible stream. Resources are useless if you're dead. Use resources, even if you only get 1 floor up, you're fine.
Okay.
4. That's malicious, isn't it?
Malicious, because he already did find Holy, so that definitely is malicious.
Yeah, there's no reason to have that. We have been paying so much attention to Reven. We see here now that LadyDeme has an extremely stacked inventory.
I think she was playing with Barongs too, so that's how she got that many Holy Bells, which is definitely something that you want to see.
Yeah, and a familiar bell.
Yeah. So, like, there you go, Shoni. You don't like Barongs, but they're exciting to watch. They're definitely exciting to watch. You're just like, what's gonna be next? What's gonna be next? There is this, like, adrenaline rush here. What will... Oh, Reven decides that, like, no more playing with Barongs. I'm gonna go to the next floor. If I recall correctly, this is the first floor for the Barongs, so they should still show up on the next floor. Yeah, there you go. So what you gonna do? Step out of the room. That Ifrit is not yet. That Ifrit is not yet aggro. Step out of the room to the. Okay, you wanna. You could have like stepped out without getting it aggroed at all, but this works as well.
Well, the Ifrit's still coming, so he just can't stop and play at the Balrog as well.
Yeah, and now you don't have coins to play with. What do you do? Which item do you use? Rome herb. Anti-chaos, yeah, I would play with that as well. Loops.
Of course, when I commentate with you, Chai, there's nothing but gambling for like 20 straight minutes.
Oh, come on. That's the first time that they're gambling. Olim fruit, amazing stuff. You don't need another wind.
No, you only need 1 wind, and they're going on the 1 hour 22 minute mark here.
I don't think you need even second water, to be honest.
Honestly, he doesn't have a familiar yet, so it's kind of wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Like, you got again. I understand trying to get the restore scroll as fast as possible. That's definitely
What do you do now,
that
Rev?
I would not throw away.
He has another one, like, so, yeah.
No,
Right.
I would just put it in the door frame. Because once you get 2 of them, you can block off the room entirely, right?
Yeah,
So
that would be possible. One, that's not something that he wants to see. Herb, that's not something that he wants to see. That's a possible cure all herb that could remove his.
yeah, he's gonna use it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh no! Now we get the disadvantage of not watching beautiful Co's face.
Well, at least on one, because I know LadyDeme has been uncursed for quite some time. But yeah, now the grumpy co's gone now. Holy Scroll, that's definitely worth it. Honestly, the fact he's still holding on to the Dreamin' is just amusing to me.
Maybe keeping it for the possible tile immunity glitch. But yeah. No. Ooh, that's a decision.
Okay, that's
Goodbye, a decision I disagree with. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like telling us, yeah, I'm not gonna play with Barongs anymore, because the only reason he would like play, not the only, but the biggest reason he would play with Barongs right now is to get the restore scroll.
Yeah.
And I think he wants to say, yeah, I'm not playing anymore. You do whatever you want.
I'm sorry, Septic, your comment is brilliant. Reven just did an objective wrong. Yeah. I 100% agree, because if that's the case, he should have got rid of his stream one first for inventory space.
Yeah.
If you're going to, or even leather, like if you're just going for, booking it up with the resources you have, do what you can. But now he's legitimately has 2 wind creatures and a water thing, and both of them do not have mixture magic.
But it's interesting that like he valued Dead Cuny less than Alive Dreaming. And like you said, the stream one doesn't like make any sense anymore.
So this is where chess comes into play here. Is if he moves 2 up, it blocks his path to the elevator each time. He's trying to figure out how.
Just go 2 down.
No, if he goes 2 down, he'll go in the gold coins and block you again.
No,
he has to take a hit.
No, but if he went just 2 down, I wasn't saying diagonal.
Oh, I see.
2 down. The Green Youth with what happened, then you've got like 3 exit to the elevator, and there is an egg. Yeah. I wanna see what that egg is.
Oh, come on, Noise. Finish Reven. Be comical. I love seeing how strong the noises are.
Ooh. And that egg.
Lean fruit?
I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh, you looking up stuff again?
Yeah. So I already know, but I'm gonna keep it to myself so that the excitement is there.
Yeah, okay, he's gonna be hatching the egg if he's using the exit loop as well. He's trying to find a safe elevator area and then.
Not here, yeah. You gotta get out.
Oh. Honestly, he could have used a holy scroll and then a flat scroll.
Yeah, but
I think that'd be the safest environment.
Reven has been playing very conservatively with his resources. He doesn't need to use them unless he needs to. If he can't save them, he tries to save them. So I guess, yeah, and that paid off here because he can hatch the egg here if he wants to.
Yeah, this is the dumbest thing about this game. This is the safest area to hatch the egg is in a crossroads. It sounds really dumb, but when you know how enemies move and how they get aggroed, you actually are perfectly safe to hatch in the middle of the hallway more than a room by the elevator. So again, just while the egg is hatching here, we're seeing here on LadyDeme's side, she is on floor 14. That's her now new next floor.
So far, yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, Queenie's doing a good job, running a little bit low on MP. She still has a balloon egg and a blue egg. I don't know what the blue egg is, but
balloon egg. So she only needs Manoiva, Barong, and a few other items, and then she can beat the tower.
Honestly, again, like if you were to do that, the speedrun strat for that and the egg is also before I comment on old strategies.
Oh, it's just a noise. Oh.
He has more wind creatures.
Another wind creature. I think it's saying, like, I think what Reven can do right now is fuse 2 wind creatures and get another wind creature with a spell.
Now, here's the knowledge part for a check. What is the noises unlock spell? Does anyone actually remember?
They all suck.
I know.
all mixture magic from these monsters are just like very bad. They
The thing is, you say, also yeah, 50 attack on the noise. That's kind of funny to see. And it can probably kill the spider when it comes up there. That's just comical. Get the high ground. Go for the AI one. Yeah.
I guess, yeah, it should win against that. The only problem is that like noises are not liftable, so he can do AI 1, but not for very long.
No. Oh, he can play the flute.
He could. He could. Well,
That
technically,
the first ever tournament play of Play the Flute. Come on, be the hero.
Technically, Arachne has a spell. It will not use it, but it does have a spell. So
look at that trap. Look at that trap at the start of the room. That could have been horrible if he came from the wrong direction.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we got a slow seed on LadyDeme's side.
Reven in the meantime on floor 43, LadyDeme on 14. There is quite a distance, but still like 1.5 hours left. Plenty of time for LadyDeme to catch up.
Mm-hmm. And this has a warning for everyone who's in chat. In 30 minutes, we'll be entering the final stretch, and deaths are permanent. So if you want to be around for the last little bit, now's a good time to go use the bathroom. Things are still going to be going on for at least 30 minutes. So stretch, get comfortable, grab a drink. We're roughly at the halfway mark, but sometimes the matches don't go to the 3 hours mark, so be comfortable. And likewise, the runners know that as well. They can message us and let us know that they're just taking a small break, because it's a lot to do.
Check one thing. I'm just interested. Oh, okay. Now I know something. That we've got something to look for a little bit later on Reven's side.
I love the fact that you have all this technology at your disposal, and like I will still use a piece of paper with 15 circles on it, and that's equivalent to my round for Brookless.
Yeah, but this kind of stuff that I'm checking right now, I don't think that it can be checked with pen and paper, so... But yeah, I fully agree, pen and paper, I use that very often for my notes. Whenever I'm programming or something, still very useful tool. Call me old-fashioned.
Well, the thing is, like, when it comes to like the routing of the game, like, to me, like, I know the general route and I'll just go from it. Also, yeah, as I said, that noise is he too full of an inventory to figure out stuff. If he would have picked up that scroll, he would have to waste a turn to empty something else. And it might not be worth it. So I think that's what Reven was stalling there for too. Ooh, we have another egg on LadyDeme's side.
Another egg on LadyDeme's side?
She still has an amazing amount of inventory. She has 3 medicinal herbs, a flame ball, recovery, if it's still the same, 2 sleeps, a 4-star or 4-heart herb, which I think is actually okay-ish. Oh, we got a white sand. So we can put that into a sleep.
Aseptic mentions that egg might be good, so it's something probably worth hatching. If it's a block, that's not gonna give any benefits to the CUNY because it already has a block fused in.
Yeah, the fusion bonus to the defense is okay. She has to be a little bit careful. Oh, okay, now there's 2 of them. Time to use a holy bell. Do not mess around with the killers.
Yeah, you've got 4 holy bells. I remember when you were shouting yesterday to use a holy bell. Take your own advice.
That was me shouting it truthfully.
Now you're in the corner. There is not. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, LadyDeme.
Yeah. Oh, I guess we never mentioned the runners can't see each other's streams or hear us commentate because spoilers. So they're just playing the game for 3 hours, no interactions whatsoever, which is quite strenuous, truthfully.
And I think that's the end of Story of Noise for Reven. Or is it? It's still alive. Reven can probably kill that snowman with the next hit and then dispose of the balloon, example with a Liam. Yeah, or sleep.
Yeah, keeping the water creature awake and disposing the fire creature before it hits the noise.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, he was not able to like get rid of that snowman, so Noise is dead.
If only he played the flute.
I'm sure that would have been the greatest play ever.
Yeah, honestly, I would use the Aleem fruit right now or the Giropita. Just get rid of the threat of the snowman immediately and walk away from the balloon as fast as possible.
It probably has very little HP, but the problem is that you don't have any ways to like get rid of this HP. Well, maybe Pillar, but do you really want to use Pillar Ball now?
No. And the thing is, I don't trust the Sleep Ball because one-turn wake-ups are a thing.
Yeah, both of those monsters can wake up right now. Luckily for Reven.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there you go. At least Balloon is now safe. Balloon will now not wake up for a quite long time.
Ooh.
Snowman did more than half of the HP damage, so we know that Reven cannot take another hit.
It did more than 2/3, or close to 2/3, I should say, because it's 100 exactly. Like, that's a brutal hit.
LadyDeme is fighting with healers, but she has all the tools that let her do so. Healer dies without inflicting any damage on her. Sleeping Griffon is not a problem at all. And she can continue. Again, I like repeat it every single time, but LadyDeme right now is set for a very nice long climb, as long as she doesn't walk into other monsters.
Yeah, again, like the double defense Queenie.
And there you go, another walk up into the monster, this time leather shield for the win.
Oh, we got a life wand. Ooh, Reven, what are you gonna do with that one?
What is Reven waiting? Okay, he wants to just restore his HP and then going to the next floor, floor 45.
Oh, Reven's current playstyle is all my friends are dead.
He still keeps the Noise in his inventory.
All my useful friends are dead. We'll correct that then. And Queenie's at home in your dirty hovel. Oh, that's a big chunk of damage from a dragon.
Yeah, I would say that like Reven doesn't have any useful friends anymore.
No.
Alive or dead.
Like, yeah, pull it, use the dreaming. Yeah, go for it. Now this dragon's gonna fight. They are just so brutally strong. Like, they are so scary. Like, Holy Scrolls on dragons are always a good option. Also, seeing a dragon and a balloon together is just funny. You don't want to make him fight the Madara. That's a lot of wasted HP for him.
Yeah, it would still win this fight probably.
It would get hurt quite a bit.
Yeah, exactly. There's no point. There's another scroll that is useless to Reven.
Yeah. Honestly, Reven should have put it in inventory and not wasted the turn.
And
just
now you're closer to fighting that Madara.
There it goes, that's why.
Unfortunately.
You don't get to command this guy, and the balloon might take him out before he gets...
And yeah, balloon will take it out, for sure.
Ooh, oh, close. That's close.
That dragon probably has like few HP.
2 or 3 HP or something, yeah. It's one more attack and it's gone no matter what, so... Honestly, ooh, that's not nice to see. Who's that monster? Yeah, that's probably the best bet.
Who will walk up
the dragon's gonna get hit. Unless
there you go. In one hit.
Yeah. If you would have walked towards it, it would have... Ooh, Larseed, okay. Yeah. That's not what you want to see as well.
Like Septic says that Restore Scroll wouldn't be even like that useful anymore because the only thing that you can use it on is Noise, and I'm not really sure whether we are that excited about seeing Noise again.
I mean, it would be a tournament first to have Noise resurrected. So...
But it's so weird that like Reven decided to actually use Noise over Stealth, who is a liftable monster. I would say that like, if you have to like have a familiar that sucks, why not at least have a familiar that can live?
No, That's the worst egg to find. Like he found a stealth egg. Now that means everywhere around him is potentially dangerous.
At least, he doesn't need to hatch it.
Yeah. Thankfully, you can use egg strats with the vipers on this floor, so that is something.
Yeah.
It is the mount.
I would, to be honest, because I don't want to like run away from that viper and like walk into another one. Just like play with the viper, put the egg behind you and start playing with it. Yeah.
The thing is, we're going to see that as well.
Yeah, there we go. Beautiful.
But to answer the question, Stealth Hidden Magic is the Earth Shaker ability, I believe.
I
so
can tell you that. Just give me.
Because I know it's the group one. Because Mount Burn is its fire version of it.
Blind. So it's AOE blind. So it's gonna be that. What is the AOE magic for the wind?
I want to say it's Earthshaker.
It's Earthshaker, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Reven is
trying to get the monster out of the room.
Yeah. Arash will wake up and then like lose the aggro and maybe not follow him.
It would be about 6
There you
spaces
go.
away.
Yeah,
there you
beautiful.
Go, yeah. You should always grab a loop. Simple as that. And if it's monster or whatever, use it. Again, you can see when things are coming at you. Like now, he's not paying attention to. Okay.
Yet you can again play the egg game, although now it's a little bit harder. Because if you fail...
Oh!
Very beautiful strat. I love it. That's so smart. Yeah, there you go.
And you throw it out the room, it faces that way, it's gone, pick up the egg again. The shove is great. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a shove when it comes to an egg strat. We have floor 20 on LadyDeme's side. It looks so weird to see the background the way it is. And a Cyclone to Bloom on floor 20.
Floor 48.
Okay,
not a nice start. Actually, very bad start.
Yeah. No, like I have to admit,
I like this idea of like slowing first. You could have probably done it without taking the hit. Another cursed throw.
What I would have done is actually would have done the golem, because the tyrant would potentially go berserk and kill the golem for me.
Oh, but it didn't, right? So
I know.
I would say that like if you wanted to go in the direction of tyrant, I think the Reven's idea was correct. It's just that like he should have done it without taking a hit. But you know, he survived and he has a little bit low HP now, but HP can be recovered.
Ooh, we got a binding ball.
Definitely useful.
Yeah. And we have, again, looking at LadyDeme's side. Sorry to distract and only watch one side. We should be commenting on both, but... oh, we have a water ball as well. Oh no, that's Reflect. That's, yeah.
Yeah.
But we have here on LadyDeme's side, again, just a stacked inventory. And let's get Decurse Scroll, look how she named it.
Yeah. LadyDeme continues her, like, highest
that's
time.
The worst.
That's the worst thing ever. Yeah. I always am very, very, very suspicious of using this possibility. And I think it takes like, the worst thing ever. Deme, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do?
Okay, thankfully it wasted a turn.
Sleep ball.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, so, for those who don't know, the Darcis a long time ago in the second ever tournament, or even first ever tournament of this game, it was very intuitive, but we always deemed Water Ball to be useless back then. That's a lot of damage as well from the bloom, so probably a sleep and a walk away. We have another egg fail, yep. But on top of the water ball is it gives you immunity to the fire element. Well, congratulations, Queenie's fire elements. So all of a sudden, oh wow, this thing is, you know, look at this tyrant just flashing all the colors. That's great. Oh, we got the wind up.
I wonder, like, LadyDeme is in a like very, very bad situation. The tower is not nice to her. The tower gave her 4 blooms in a row. That killer attack was nice. 1 bloom done. Second one she probably can dispose of with normal AI1.
Yeah.
So that's not a big problem. I like it. Yeah. So
Yeah,
she'll
no,
be good now.
that's a good save.
Yeah.
It's a really good save. But
A
yeah,
little bit lucky the egg, because of course it would have been something bad, but
ooh.
another barong. But what do you want from it now, Rev?
I mean, at this point, you might as well go for a Roche, right?
Yeah, I guess nothing really better apart from, you know, normal items.
Yeah. Not even checking the shield, shaking my head.
Oh, I wonder what that item is.
Now we know, right?
I think that's the last item. Unfortunately, he doesn't show his tracker in the stream, so we are not sure exactly which items he had. But I think that is the only possibility for him, because he did find malicious, he found the curse, he found holy, so it's gotta be restored, right?
Yeah, he did find the malicious. He used it when he was in a holy scroll or whatever. Like, he was just using a bunch of items. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so not gonna play with Barongs, going to the next floor. So now we have definitely a reason to ask Reven, how do you like your decision of freeing CUNY?
Yeah. Speaking of more. Oh, we got a Mars seed. That's good to have, as in have to throw, because commands.
Familiar bell, definitely something that you want to have when you have no familiars.
Yeah. Cure all. That's actually useful to have.
Yeah. Sand.
And that's a red or blue. Blue. Okay.
Okay, nothing really exciting, but
No.
good knowledge. But the most important part is that now you have a boomerang that you can take with you for a trip.
Looks like there's a trap room, I think, spawned, but there's only an extra one, so I don't know what's going on with this.
Oh, that's just 3 traps, so nah, that's not a trap.
Well, it's such few traps for the entire floor. Like, it's actually kind of weird to see a trap room's, well, not a trap room, but like all the rooms have basically no traps at all.
Oh, and what a useful trap that is.
Okay, that's dangerous.
That
I would not do that.
If it didn't work, you wouldn't have any to use it.
Because you can't use traps for your feet when you're holding something. So
and there you go. That's a scroll. That's a 5-heart scroll. So that's probably something useless because he already identified 5. And another restore scroll. Oh, I'm so asking Reven, how does he feel?
Yeah, it might be an alchemic scroll, absolutely. Floor 21 now for LadyDeme. Again, Reven's audio isn't working still, that's why we're listening to LadyDeme's side, in case anyone's coming in late.
Reven is doing pretty good job playing without the familiar. He does have place on the leaderboard in any percent, which is done pretty much without familiar, so he knows the strats. He's done it like not so many times, but he's done it before, so he knows the idea. But of course in the second tower, playing without the familiar is much harder, because the tower is like 2.5 times longer and much more scary, where the monsters many times can kill you in a single hit.
Yeah, and just as a thing, I'm going to post the links to people, and it's been a while. And there's a Discord link. I meant to be putting that in there. Ifrit versus Jirapita. Who's gonna win? Look at the Jirapita one.
I wanted to bet on Ifrit, but Reven proved me wrong.
Yeah. You have a betting problem. Stop gambling.
It's not a problem.
It's not a problem when you win, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. The decurse scroll again on LadyDeme's side.
Reven is treading very carefully. Normally he's running around holding a circle button, but now he needs to like watch out for every single step, because anything can murder him. Okay, blind trap is not really a problem because he does have a roam herb. He gonna use it? He gonna wait up? He gonna use it. Yeah, there you go. LadyDeme has a not fun spawn room, spawning next to a Kraken. Again, sleeping Kraken is fine. She can dispose of it with her mixture magic, but definitely you don't want to see Krakens like ever.
Yeah,
unless you got a clown.
No, Septic called it. There was a stealth there. That's why he wasn't running everywhere.
Oh, yeah, maybe that was the situation. situation. Yeah.
We don't have a... Oh, we do have a familiar bell on LadyDeme's side.
Oh,
although...
there was a trap?
Yeah, there's a warp trap
okay,
there.
yeah. Not much of a problem for her,
No.
yeah. This is the moment when CUNY's defense may not like hold up, especially when you have Krakens around, because no matter the defense you've got, Krakens probably would kill you.
Mm-hmm. Also,
okay, Reven, do you use the wind crystal? No, you lift it. Okay.
He's gonna try to find some items for it, I think.
Yeah. Or maybe he will not play it. Let's see. Ah, of course. Everybody likes gambling.
Speaking of which, for anyone interested, if they want to beat my unofficial leaderboard time, I took a picture of it somewhere, I thought. I have to look it up on my side. I did a max money grind on the casino, which is kind of silly. But it was, let's see here, 8 minutes, 41 seconds, and 55 minor seconds. So if you want to try to beat that for getting maximum money in the casino, go for it. The casino is so broken in this game, though. Ooh.
Another
Yeah.
not so nice floor for Reven. Bump trap finally did something.
Yeah. Honestly, I do love when the bump trap actually goes off. Even if it's me playing, I find it just hilarious.
LadyDeme is in a bit of a pickle. When you are between two Krakens, it's always a pickle. Yeah, holy
There we
bell.
go. That's
Beautiful.
absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Keep one away, de-aggro the other side.
Yeah, that one was not aggroed at all, so it walked away. Now
Yep.
both of them are de-aggroed. Can
Hello.
continue. Fight
That's monster.
Good.
Oh, we have the bee heart ball. That is 2 ice rock balls. That's going to be very nice.
Useful. Not the greatest thing ever, but in the right hands can get you out of few situations.
Just going to copy that for later. So this is the point where, like, okay, now that's just terrifying.
Okay, Reven still has resources. Yeah, there you go.
You're playing the 1 in 8 game. They do get aggroed, but it's not a guarantee either, and it's gonna die in the next hit.
Yeah.
So, like, you do buy some time. I would use it again and walk away. But the fact he's...
Ah, nice. He used again the floor layout to his advantage, where he got Ifrit flame stack. And he knows that naplasses like their afternoon naps, which he just took one, let him walk away. And he now is taking the nap as well.
Oh, jeez.
If he didn't wake up, that would have been it for Reven. Luckily, there is still 10 minutes before they at the time, so he still has time. Now he needs to worry that there is no stealth on the floor. If there is one, he may finish his run. But yeah, there you go. You step on the elevator and you wait.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's scared of the elevator right now. So even he's checking the tile beneath the elevator. He is actually scared of the tower right now.
Normally in the generation, the game is prepared to not spawn traps on tiles where the items are and elevators are. But that one is actually a bug, or more like something that they forgot about. And if the game earlier spawns a trap room or an item room that will be scratched because for some reason the floor layout itself was not good enough, there is a possibility to have like 2 things on the same tile, being an item and a trap or elevator.
And it has not really come into play too many times, but you have to remember every elevator is potentially trapped. It's extremely unlikely, but it's not a 0% chance. And did we get a message from Reven? Is he taking a break or something?
Oh, like just like probably give him a minute before we ask.
One
Do not
second.
be That's the family. Yeah, there you go.
I just got a phone call. Just give me a sec here.
Yeah, sure, no worries. Reven was probably just pondering what to do. He identifies another ball. Not very useful for him because recovery ball can be used only on other units, and it cannot be used to heal itself unless that other unit reflects the spell. So that's not very useful, especially that he doesn't have any repel ball. Floor 56 for Reven, floor 22 for Deme. She has a little bit tough times with Krakens, and she was a little bit lucky right now because she has an HP that can kill her, and she used a spell ball that was empty, so she has to be very careful. Luckily that spell ball worked and the Kraken didn't wake up. Kraken is disposed of. Another one is coming up, but now that you have so little HP, you cannot fight it. What do you do, Dema?
Yeah,
and the answer is always run, run, run.
You just don't want to deal with Krakens, that's all.
And there you go, another elevator. Step on it, or what do you do? Okay, use medicinal first. That makes sense.
That's honestly the better choice. Also, no matter what, spam calls exist. Unfortunately, I have to keep my phone always on right now, so pardon me on that one. But yeah, basically, as a dragon on Reven's side, healing before the elevator is always better than healing and being beside a bunch of monsters and you can't escape.
Not a fun trap for them, keeping her stuck, but that's okay. It shouldn't be really that tough for her. She did recover some of her HP, so she should be able to like dispose of that flame if she plays her cards right. I like the comment from Septic, like asking whether Reven maybe is thinking to wind out while he still can and recover his Puny.
Maybe the thing he ditched,
The question is like, can in 1 hour he get higher than what he is right now?
See, if he had Queenie the entire time, I would say yes. But Queenie's at like what, level 20? Yeah. You might as well just go for
Right, that's not a fun situation. Now you gotta remember, what do you do?
So, first of all, this might be a trap room. You don't know that. There's only one trap that's come up.
Wind? Yeah. There you go. He didn't want to risk it because...
No, that's fine. That's fine.
At least he keeps his inventory. With the inventory, he has definitely much higher chance to go higher than without the inventory. So there you go. Reven wins out at 155. So that's like time for Deme to catch up. His max floor is 57. Deme is on 23. Deme needs quick math 35 floors. 34 will tie it, but of course the winner is whoever got there first. So LadyDeme does need to go higher.
Nope.
Yeah.
You have to use Queenie to determine where it is for the most part. If you're just swinging, they're always going to go opposite of you for the most part. They're really annoying.
No. In this case, they would always walk up to you. It's just that sometimes they may walk up to you or the familiar. If the possibility is only you, then it definitely would come up to you. But I think it was just 2 tiles away, and that's why like that second swing hit nothing but air. So, but I agree with you. With stealth, there is no reason to not use AI1 to like figure out where they exactly are. For some reason, familiars have, I don't know, 6th sense for monsters, and they can like feel them even when they're invisible.
Oh no! The flame is stronger. Leave.
You should remember that that water ball was already used. So.
Well, time to rename it now.
Yeah.
And honestly, again, information is key. She might have already known it and just wanted to confirm it. That's perfectly acceptable. Again, using a water ball on Queenie will make him survive pretty much every fire familiar. And we see here the Stream, Leather, Sleep, Ice, Rock, and Lucky. Lucky's going to get a second chance, and we are entering at 156.50, barring time, the loading zone, because every emulator is different for how much load. Oh, that is the worst thing to see. I just realized on LadyDeme's side.
Yeah. Battles are super sketchy. I don't know why LadyDeme picked up her CUNY. That's not the thing that you want to do, because now exactly the CUNY had to take a hit.
This is where you use the water ball on Queenie.
That's exactly when you use the water ball.
It's a fire creature. You'll be able to target it and use the Jirapito on the behind. But
Recovery, no, because it will just like,
She
hit it
didn't
back
change
and...
the AI1 either.
Yeah. Come on, LadyDeme. Water ball and you can survive that.
Again, there's no reason just to rush things. Like you always plan things out. Like I do that quite a bit during my runs. Is I'll take resource of everything, plan it out, think this and this. Does that mean I win? This is where you use a Girapita.
Yeah,
You cannot deal with them.
She will survive that. Like, I think the idea was with recovery ball to just buy time, because now she can recover that CUNY or even take the hit herself.
Yeah,
And try
honestly, taking the hits is actually really good. You
but
save a lot of resources.
yeah, I would say that like water ball was the way to go here, because that Weedog wouldn't be able to like do any damage to CUNY with the water ball.
Yeah, and we're nearing the 2-hour mark. I will get the message typed up and sent to them, so I can just copy paste it really quickly. But I will also go quickly use the bathroom because we're on the last stretch now. So I recommend everyone else kind of do the same.
Yeah, actually, Reven is also taking a little bit of a break. He did ping me on his side saying that like he will continue. He just need like few minutes for himself. So we shouldn't be worried about him just standing there and doing nothing. But he already did enter the tower, so the 2-hour mark for him doesn't apply. At least not for this entry. If he like wins out after 2 hours, of course, like that's it for him. LadyDeme, I don't think that like she doesn't even have any possibility to win out, so the only way like for her to get out of the tower is to die, but of course dying is not the way to go properly out of the tower, because she would lose all the great items that she has. So I doubt that LadyDeme will consider going out of the tower. She just wants to continue. The problem is those Batnels. How do you deal with them?
Yeah, like...
No,
that was a misclick.
He wasted the turn, yeah.
Yeah, the problem is when it comes to the game, if you are holding down the X button, it does buffer your inputs.
I think you cannot fight that Batnel this way, Batnels are super scary.
Oh wow. Okay.
Now you gotta calculate, do you have enough damage to kill that Batnel? But the question is like, do you have any other way? Because I don't think that she has any other way.
No, you can't let it die. Like
she's hoping on recovery, but she knows that recovery gives her like 20-something HP back, and that Batnel
it did 40. So like,
so that's not the way to go.
You can't poison it. It's the one creature you can't poison.
AI 3 and hope for the best.
Yeah. And we have a 2-hour mark, so give me a sec here.
Luckily for them, that was enough damage. Oh, but there is another Batnel. Okay, so she will actually not let CUNY take damage. Leather shield for the win, just to like prove that definitely mirror is better. And she was able to like get rid of another Batnel. Right.
LadyDeme has killed more Batnels than anyone else in the tournament. Everyone else has just fled.
Yeah, you don't play with Batnels.
No.
They can easily kill you with one hit. Maybe this level Batnels are still sort of okay, but they scale stupidly fast. They get very strong very quickly. You don't want to play with them at all. Yeah.
Well, the other thing as well, we are keeping track of the stats.
Oh no! If that Batnel goes 3, that's it. And there you go. Oh! Is it with 1?
And it's healing. It heals.
For 24, that's enough. She will be able to get rid of that. Oh, why the game is stuck? Ah! That's a suspense moment for you. I wanna know. Okay, I'm seeing it on her stream. She survived.
I had to see.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there you go. Woof.
Survives with 1 HP. And also, I was going to literally say, I'm keeping track of statistics for fun things for the tournaments. Deaths from Batnel is a statistic we're tracking. So, looks like LadyDeme is going for broke and just decking everything.
LadyDeme is now in a very picky situation where she has almost no HP and almost no ways to deal with tough situations.
Yeah. She has to get her HP back somehow. Doing an AI1 here probably would be good. You have to do a zigzag pattern, put them with gold coins. Otherwise, you might be at risk of...
Okay, she should be able to get rid of that block, I hope.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, bat nails are just terrifying. But now, as of the 2-hour mark, this run's permanent. This is what the tower she settled on for the next couple floors. So, okay, you can do an AI one and kill them. They're not that bad. But I think she saw a sleeping one initially, and she's checking to see if it's gone.
Oh no, another battle!
She has the high ground. If you walk one forward, you have the high ground.
And she should be able to take one hit from the battle. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
She listened to you.
49. She's not supposed to, but.
So now, how do you deal with Widok? Water ball. Yeah, there you go. LadyDeme, remember that she has water balls. That Cuny is now invincible against fire monsters, almost.
Almost. Yeah, the amount of damage is insane when it comes to the reduction. Don't. Oh, okay, that's fair. I was gonna say, yeah, you can just. This is the power of the water ball. Like, legitimately, you saw it was doing like 23 damage beforehand. It does 1 now. It's amazing. But people deemed it useless initially. It's very funny.
Reven started playing as well. He just disposed of Gosh and entering now second tower via this suspicious elevator. So let's see what the second tower holds for him. Because to be honest, I don't remember. It should be the same as what like LadyDeme had. I just don't remember what she had on her second entry.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's going to be interesting to see what it will have. Like again, like he can find a Garuda and literally get 460 next hour. Anything's possible right now. But likewise, LadyDeme might find an egg of a Garuda and might get 460 right now. We don't know. This game is so weird. Oh yeah, you use a weak ball of that Dreamin'.
Yeah, because it was definitely powerful. I don't judge him for this decision. It was very reasonable.
The scout. Okay. You can't do that, Reven. We don't make fun of you. Okay, thank you. I like using the weak balls to scouts, going to shoot them down hallways and stuff like that, and seeing into rooms before you get there. So.
LadyDeme is still having a little bit low HP. She didn't have a chance to fully recover it.
Oh, we are in Garuda floors though.
Yeah, she doesn't have any fire spell balls. Actually, she doesn't need them for weak monsters. No. Yeah, that should be okay. The question is always, of course, when you are on Garuda floors, can you get one? Let me check.
Oh, come on, leave it to actual.
I'm not gonna tell you. I'm telling it to myself.
Oh, you have like the worst poker face, despite being a huge gambling addict.
We never played poker, you don't know. I played poker once in one of the GDQ, and I got pretty far there, I would say. So, who knows? Maybe I do have good poker.
Will we get to turn around with Mount Burn? We do!
Yeah, there you go. That's a really nice strategy. That's what Mount Burn is for. Again, it did only 1 damage, but nobody cares about damage.
Problem is, the wee dog, I think, just turned the bat nail around.
Try again? Try again? Okay, but now you gotta, like, do again for
no, the thing is, she doesn't want them to walk into each other.
Yeah. But now it will not.
There we go.
No, it will not because it's already aggroed. It was at the diagonal only 1 tile away, so there was no chance for it.
Oh!
Oh, LadyDeme, your Cuny is dead.
Yeah.
So what do you do now? Because you don't have any way to like deal with this.
She thought it was AI 3 because of the mixture magic.
But it wouldn't have helped anyways. That battle wouldn't have died. So.
That's a malicious spell. That's.
Yeah. Oh.
And
that was a misstep. That was a misstep. Yeah, there you go. Unfortunately, LadyDeme goes down. That's a match for Reven.
Yeah.
They still had some time, but unfortunately at this point in time you cannot
Re-entries are not allowed.
re-enter anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get our runners to the chat so that we can ask them questions if you have any.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. And again, like things happen so quickly, moves buffer, mistakes happen. That's just part of the game. But a very respectable floor 25 had the supplies and the supply right to the bath. All right, so let's
see.
This should send the invites to them.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, that was that was so. Yeah, I was gonna say, LadyDeme did commentary yesterday as well. Stayed up way past your bedtime. Being exhausted is 100% valid for that answer because.
But I do want to have Reven here because I want to ask him.
You want to belittle him is what you want to do. Anyway,
yeah.
Follow the runners. They did amazing. I can't stress that enough. This is such a brutal thing, but at the same time, like, I would invite anyone. Do I have my? No, I don't have the Zero Dreams Discord link. Let me get that back here. There we go. I would invite anyone who's interested in this game, who sees the VOD, do whatever. You can find the link on the speedrun.com page as well, in case anyone's watching later on YouTube. Come try it. Come see how difficult this game truly is to other speed games.
And now we've got Reven here. Hello, Reven. Congratulations, GG.
Hey, hello. Thank you.
First of all, again,
like an urgent thing you need to ask me, or
yes, first of all, I do want to say great gameplay. Floor 57 is nothing to laugh at.
Yeah.
But I think everyone who watched this match wants to ask you, why did you release CUNY again?
Because I hadn't found a restore scroll. I had already gone up several floors. I didn't think I'd really be able to fight too much with him anyway. Leveling him up wasn't going to be an easy thing. And then I sent him home, and then I immediately found a restore scroll. And I tried to play it off like I didn't see it. I know. It could have been anything. And then I found another one. And I think I ended up finding a third one.
Yeah, you found quite a few of them.
It was ridiculous.
So the question is you really preferred your 3 wind monsters than a CUNY?
Yeah. And I was holding on to him for release tile immunity strats if I really needed to, because I was running by myself for a while.
Which you did amazingly well, actually, as well, because that was a long haul that you had no familiar for.
Yeah, it was quite a few floors. I was surprised at how far I was going, and I still had an inventory to go, and then I hit a misstep. I didn't want to, with the Griffin on 57, I didn't want to stay in that spot because the Griffin could have done a pillar through that corner, the door corner, hit me. And I wanted to move to the other spot in the doorway, but not in the room. And I misstepped and went diagonal, and I hit a blind trap. And I wasn't sure if there was something behind me. At that point, the ice rock balls only lasted 2 turns at best, so I wasn't really gonna rely on those to get me through blind. So I'm like, well, I've had 3 wind crystals. It's trying to tell me to leave. I guess I'll do a second.
Yeah, and the thing is, as well, is just to put in perspective, there was 4 pieces of gold. The exit was 4 spaces above you, and to the right as well. You had 2 to the left, and you were within range of walking away from the Griffin at any point in time and being hit and getting the rest of your HP taken away. You were 41 tile between them. So you had no safe situation at all.
And if I recall right, there was some monster coming behind you. So
Yeah,
Like,
there also wasn't really a clear path retreating wise as well.
Yeah, exactly.
so it would have been very hard for you because like blind usually lasts more than 10 turns. So it would take you a while before you like figure out what is where. Probably that was the right decision. Of course, like it's 1 hour to get higher than
Yeah.
57, which is pretty high, but
Well, yeah,
I
and the
want to
thing,
say that
like,
Septic was disappointed with your decision.
I'm sure he was, but the thing is, I looked at the clock and it was getting close to the 2 hour mark, and I'm like, I have a lot of really good stuff. I had a stream one, my Cune was water, so I had matched element. I had some spell balls that still had charges. I had an egg, I think. Yeah, I just had a lot of good things that I could bring into a tower. Cune was already like level 20 something, 25.
With the stream wand.
With the stream one, yeah, I didn't have to worry about pretty much anything until like floor 30. So I knew the recline would be relatively quick, and I was taking elevators as I saw them. I was trying to like go into rooms that were close by just to try and build an inventory and get some things identified, but the second climb was going pretty well. I didn't really run into any problems yet, so.
Yeah. LadyDeme actually had the lead for quite some time at the front, actually.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, she had a really good, like a large amount of supplies, but she also made the decision eventually, like she got into a situation where she had to wind out. And then I think did she wind out twice? Yeah, because that's her third tower entry, right?
Yeah, third tower entry.
Yeah. So like she definitely kept her resources, and she technically never really died until the very end of the tower climb. A Batnell, so that's now the fourth one.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see any Batnells, I don't think.
But again, to her credit, she also killed like 5 Batnells. So she's done more than anyone else has for the tournament.
Yeah, they're tough. They're tough.
Like floor 25, fighting on par and killing them all. So I was like, I think she's actually killed the most Batnells in the tournament of all the runners. Everyone else just run when they see them.
I try and kill them in practice, but yeah.
They're terrifying. They really are terrifying.
Yeah, they really are.
The other thing I wanted to say as well is you guys can smack talk as much as you want. You're now opponents.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
you're going down next week. That's okay. Don't worry.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't play Wuga because he is quite sick. So I will make up my match that way. If he misses it again, or if I miss it, it will be a forfeit because this was like the optional play because we were kind of at a weird pace. But I can't delay things too much, or else we'll get right into Christmas time for the races. But yeah, you two get to verse each other for tournament life, and I somehow in the winner's bracket. I still understand that one, but I'll take that.
It's gonna be a little bit of personal vendetta for me because we played against like with Reven twice so far in the tournaments, and 2 times he kicked me out of those tournaments. So now it's time to redeem myself.
Well, that's the thing. Like again, like all the runners, I don't want to ever like belittle anyone in this. Like, if I still stand by it, I posted the Azure Dreams Discord link. If anyone wants to see if they could play the vanilla game, who's brand new to this game, like, wow, this game looks easy, try to get the blue color on floor 12. Just try. And you'll realize how brutal this game is. And then if you go to the second tower, how horrifying it is. Like, everyone here knows so much about this game. It's always so much fun to watch people play at different play styles and all this other stuff. We saw all the strats basically in this. We saw also big credit Reven. I've never seen the shove strat with the egg strat before.
Oh yeah, that was genius. Everybody really loved this idea.
Yeah.
That was just a spur of the moment thing, and I'm like, if I keep lifting it and putting it down, he's always going to be 1 space away. I wonder if I can push him. And it worked, and I'm like, oh, yes.
Yeah.
Push strats, yes.
Yeah, and the thing is, push strats don't really work when there's like a hole too deep and you can shove a monster down there. It's kind of funny. But the other option you could have done is you could have thrown it across the room behind you, so he'd always walk in these 2 spaces next to you, and you could try to pick him up for those 2 spaces. It's not guaranteed, but
right. Yeah.
That's the best way of prolonging it as well. Yeah. So...
I want to bring up that comment that Septic made when you made that play, that it almost makes up for freeing CUNY. but only one.
Yeah. Again, like the second you free Queenie and not the Dreamin' or the Stealth in your inventory, we're like, okay, that's a choice.
That's a
Well,
statement.
I mean, Kuhn had already been dead for a while at that point, and the
Yeah,
other
but it's
two,
stealth.
I could lift stealth and return it and get tile immunity. It was still useful in some situation. I would
You
have
never
gotten
took it out
rid
of
of
your
it.
inventory.
Yeah,
And then
mean,
like the question was like, okay, if you're releasing CUNY, why do you keep your stream wand again?
Yeah.
because I had a wind crystal, I could have left at any time, and I would have been able to
Okay, I get
re-enter
you.
with.
Okay. That's fair. That's
That's
fair.
reasonable.
You also did Chai proud with your gambling addiction as well.
No.
No,
I'm
I did not have
disappointed.
an addiction. If I saw a
Exactly.
barong, I used it, and if I either used it to refill my inventory or I used it to empty its MP and then use it as mostly a
Yeah.
blockade. But it was not an addiction like we saw yesterday.
Exactly, because like, come on, you had 2 flat scrolls and a floor full of barongs. What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chai would have been there the entire match.
Yeah, it's just stay there and have fun. Vegas, baby, all day long.
Yeah. Well,
But no.
the thing is, I think if you want to say anything else, I also want to say commiserations to LadyDeme, but she did amazing. Her high score was 25 this one, but again, I really can't stress how difficult the second tower is, and the fact that she only died at the end to a Batinelle, more or less because of a misinput. Truthfully, like she managed to stay strong for a very long time.
Yeah, and I believe 25 is right around where I started to have troubles as well, and I started thinking about wind crystalling as well. So her motive or like intent behind doing that, I can fully get behind. Trying to just start over, get a nice tower. Kuhn's already.
She had the best supplies. She was preserving them through all the runs. It was great, and she had a Scarlet Wand. The only thing is, the only problematic thing is the third tower entry. Yeah, all the Batinelles, just tons of Batinelles, just draining her items.
And
Yeah,
Krakens as
I mean,
well.
that's the gamble you take. That's the gamble you take.
Yeah, again, I would love to see our normal runners do the 80% afterwards of just how easy the regular tournament or regular tower would be comparatively, where things aren't level 40 anymore. Like, ooh, look at this! Like maximum's level 20. It's like, ooh. Like, so stupid, but it's true. Because like fighting level 60 noise is more terrifying than anything else the first tower could throw at you.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be weird going back to vanilla. You know.
But I'm very glad though.
Has set floors and weaker enemies. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's like, oh wow, look at this! Trolls with bow guns that do 6 damage. Woo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it. Unless you want to say anything else, either of you two.
I'm good, Rev.
Good luck next week. Chai.
Yes, you will need it.
Yeah. I know. He wins all of the practice matches.
Yeah, so far we had like 3
a lot.
practice matches, and I won them all, but that doesn't say anything because if I recall right, before previous tournaments we were doing practice as well many times, and I more often than not was winning the practice. But when it comes to the actual thing, that's when you really bring out your strength. So
yeah, and that's the thing. It all comes down to how you use your resources, because again, they're useless if you're dead. And if you manage to do the earthquake thing and get 1 extra floor, that might mean you win.
Yeah, I dare you, Reven. When we play against each other, you should get all the wind monsters and like release your CUNY.
No, I want to see other people attempt to plump a percent by accident. That's what I want to see. Because I did not realize wind crystals were so rare. Got to floor 41 with a plump of percent.
I used the noise for a little while. He did stuff. He killed some snowman.
Yeah, he did. I assumed I was gonna find out leave for a wind crystal in the first match, and that was dumb.
I was surprised at how many wind crystals I found. I got like 3.
Yeah, you broke the odds on that one. But before we start rambling and chatting for no reason, I'll end the episode. So everyone, you take care. Have a great day. We'll plan the next ones whenever Wig is healthy, whenever you two could make time. And now we're in the semifinals.
Yeah.
Alright.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank
Thanks,
you, chat.
SpeedGaming.
And thank you, SpeedGaming.
See
See
you
you,
later,
everyone.
everyone.
Take care. Bye.